This is with regards to the Sri Lanka elections. There has been an upset for President Wickremesinghe. In fact, left-leaning Anura Kumara Dissanayake is close to registering victory in the Sri Lankan presidential elections after he won 52% of the votes by 7 a.m. this morning. And the incumbent president, Ranil Wickremesinghe, is trailing behind by nearly 16% of votes. Remember, Sri Lanka went to polls on Saturday to elect the country's 10th president, marking the first election since the devastating 2022 economic crisis that led to loan default. An incumbent president, Ranil Wickremesinghe, who succeeded Rajapaksa and has been working to revitalize Sri Lanka's economy, is running for re-election, and he has faced a significant setback in these elections. So Vishal is joining us live. So Vishal, we can say it's the left-leaning Anura Kumara Dissanayake who is all set to be the next president. What has been his stand vis-a-vis India?
So right now the results are yet to be confirmed, but the local reports from Sri Lankan media have been saying from the early time of the trends that he is going to register victory. And you also mentioned that he has swept to victory and he has registered about 44% of the total votes. And the second person in the list is Sajith Premadasa, who is the main leader of opposition. He has registered about 34% of the vote. And then comes the incumbent president, Ranil Wickremesinghe, who's trailing on the third place. So this is like a commanding victory for the left-leaning party, as you mentioned. When the election commission makes the formal announcement, that is when we will finally know that he will be, going to be sworn in as the next president. So to give you a backdrop of the whole elections, this has been quite contentious in the sense that the Sri Lankan economy has been trying to get up to speed in the last 2-3 years. It has been struggling a lot. Just about 2 years ago, there was a huge unrest in Sri Lanka, which led to the ouster of the then president Gotabaya Rajapaksa, who had to flee the country. But the stranglehold of the Rajapaksa family was still on Sri Lankan politics, and this election has proven that that stranglehold will finally come to an end, and Dissanayake will most likely be sworn as the next president. And the party has been speaking about its relationship with India, that they want to have a good relationship with India, though the country has formal relations with China as well. But they don't want that relationship to affect the relationship with India. So that is what their stand is, and it remains to be seen when he's actually sworn in. But as of now, it seems certain that Dissanayake will be the next president of Sri Lanka.
Okay, Vishal, before I let you go, a quick word on his background. He hasn't been really a much talked about figure as far as Sri Lankan politics is concerned. We are used to discussing Mr. Rajapaksa and his entire clan, and also, Wickremesinghe clan, but not a new entrant now for the world politics, because we haven't really discussed him in the context of even Sri Lankan politics. What do we know about him?
So, as I mentioned, the public in Sri Lanka is in deep discontent. That deep discontent has been there for about 2-3 years now. The Sri Lankan economy almost collapsed. It actually collapsed 2 years ago. It had to borrow a lot of money from the International Monetary Fund. It has survived to some extent in the last 1 year. There have been some improvements in the field of economy, but the country has been struggling, and the sense of discontent still prevails. The people still want change, and that's what they have voted for, even though, as you mentioned, he's not a well-known candidate. But it's quite clear that the people in Sri Lanka, they want a big change, because even the leader of the opposition, who is quite famous, he has not, registered the most votes.